At a time when many businesses are running to adopt technology in pursuit of success, yet still falling short, Chris Odongo, the CEO of WYLDE International, a strategy consulting firm, emphasizes that there is need to first stop and think strategically, as tech is just an enabler and not the key to a successful business. For this in-depth conversation and much more, join us here on Take on Tech at KBC Channel 1. You can also talk to us on our social media platforms using the hashtag TakeOnTech. I'm your host, Stephanie Ayeta.
Whether it is connectivity or cybersecurity, whether it's automation or artificial intelligence, technology alone is not the answer. Those stories tell us something important. Kenya is moving forward digitally, from rural communities getting connected through new satellite partnerships to a mobile money ecosystem that now powers more than half of our economy. Technology is no longer optional. It is central to how we live, learn, and do business. But, as we have also seen, growth brings new challenges. Connectivity expands, but so do cyber threats. Digital payments increase, but so does fraud. Systems become smarter, but risks become more complex. And that raises a bigger question for businesses. If technology is moving this fast, how do we adopt it wisely? How do we avoid rushing into tools simply because they are trending? How do we make sure that when we invest, we actually see results? This is where tonight's main conversation begins. Because while technology can accelerate growth, it cannot replace clear direction. And according to business strategist Chris Odongo of WYLDE International, the real advantage doesn't go to the company that adopts technology fast. It goes to the company that thinks fast. Strategy first, technology second. Let's explore what that really means for businesses today.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good.
Thank you so much for coming.
Awesome.
Very
Glad
happy to
be
have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
So tell me about yourself
Yes.
and about WYLDE.
All right. So my name is Chris Odongo. I serve as the CEO of WYLDE International. And at WYLDE International, we work with what we call owner managers to help them make better strategic decisions so that they can be able to grow their businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say owner managers, are we talking about entrepreneurs?
Yes, we're talking
what?
about entrepreneurs. And the distinction here is that these are entrepreneurs who are working in their businesses and they report day to day and they go and work their businesses. And they're called owner managers because they're not just working in their business, they're also managing employees. And they're also managing teams. So these are businesses that have already grown. They're not necessarily just startups, you know. Yeah, so we like to call them owner managers.
Owner managers. Do you also help startups, or is it
Yes.
just those that
So
have grown?
an owner manager can be a startup, an owner manager can be a mature company, an owner manager can be a growing company. The distinction here is that startups are just starting and new, and then
are more established.
and then the other ones are growing companies that are now more established. And so an owner manager encompasses all
of
from
them.
startup to scale up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm seeing your space.
Yes.
Tell me now, do they meet here? Is now this a hub for all of them? What happens right here?
So right here, what we have is a collection of experts. So if a business owner is looking for an accountant, a HR expert, a marketing expert, a legal expert, they can be able to find them here. you know, and they can find all the experts that they have under one roof. We also have training rooms like the one that is here, and here is where we train the entrepreneurs on different topics, strategy, tax, marketing, HR. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. So was that by design, having this being a hub where they can access all these resourceful people that they
Yes.
might need?
So the design was actually, WYLDE International is a member of the Sandbox. So we sit here alongside all these other experts. And this collective is called the Sandbox, and it is spelled SNDBX. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now I want to know about WYLDE International, how exactly you are helping these owner managers. How exactly are they becoming better, and from where they were, what problems are they facing, and how are you helping them become better?
So how we help owner managers become better is we help them to be able to adopt new behaviors.
All right.
Yeah. And that one is basically strategic behaviors. We help them think through their business model. So the first question is, who is your customer and what problem are you solving for them? And then the next question is, what is your value proposition to these customers? When you're able to answer those three questions, it leads you to the fourth question, which is, where will I find these customers? And what will I tell them when I find them? And when we help entrepreneurs to answer those questions, then they're very clear on, this is what I'm going to do exactly on Monday morning to grow my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that, it seems like it's an entrepreneur who's looking to start, and they're looking for customers.
No, even entrepreneurs who are growing are looking for more customers.
Oh, more customers.
Yes, because the primary role of any business is to serve customers. And everyone wants to serve more and more customers. If you're starting, you're looking for the first-time customers. If you're growing, you're looking to grow the number of customers. If you're already mature, you're looking to scale and expand and capture customers in new regions. So the biggest need that businesses have is, where do I find new customers? And that's a question that WYLDE helps you to answer. And that one is what we call a strategic plan.
Okay, so you help them come up with a strategic plan that helps them grow. How many businesses would you say you have been able to impact so far since you started? Did you start recently? Have you been in existence for a long time?
So WYLDE was started in 2004, and throughout our history, we've worked with more than 25,000 businesses, and we'll help them to be able to grow. 1,000 of these businesses, we've had one-to-one interactions with them, and the other 24,000, they've attended our webinars, they've attended our master classes, they've attended our cohorts, and we keep working with businesses. Yeah.
All right, great. I want to understand as well when it comes to technology, because tech is an enabler for most of the businesses, right?
Yes.
So when we're looking at businesses and how technology is helping them, what is your view towards that from the businesses that you have helped so far?
Technology is a great enabler, and it's a great tool. You know, it allows businesses to accelerate, but technology has to be applied in the right order. You have to first have your strategy, and then on top of it, you layer on technology. If you have technology before you have strategy, you've put the cart before the horse. Yeah, I'll give you an example. An entrepreneur who is in, say, selling of apparel, they sell clothes, and their sales are not growing, their sales are tanking or they're going down. The first temptation they can have is, let me go and post on Facebook, let me go and post on Instagram, or let me install a CRM so that I can be able to track my sales. That is applying technology to solve the problem. Okay? They now might end up not actually making any sale or any improvement. What they should have started with is they should have started by asking, what clothes do I make? Who do I sell them to? And what is the profile of that customer that I sell to? And if it turns out that one, I make clothes for men, I sell it to busy executives who are working in offices, then the question is, where are these executives found? Are they actually on Instagram? Or are they on TikTok? Or are they on LinkedIn? Or am I actually better off trying to catch them on another advertising platform that they would be using? And so that's why it's important to first of all start with the strategy before you come and layer on technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even in the now in the current space of tech adoption, especially in businesses, you're emphasizing that strategy should come first, not get the latest technology, install it in your system, the latest AI, chatbots will help you handle your customers and all, and just implement it in your system.
Yes, that's actually what we are advocating for. We are advocating for first understand your customer, understand what their profile is, understand their journey and how they use technology, and then now you find a way to get them. In fact, there's something that is called a high intent. You want to get the customer when they have the highest intent of purchasing from you. Okay. Imagine if you are selling imagine if you are selling what is this thing called? Imagine if you are selling a spice. Okay, you're selling spices, which is used in food. Okay, and you go and advertise on Instagram. It sounds very nice, because perhaps there are many people who are on Instagram who would be interested in your
I would think that is strategic myself.
Exactly, you'd think it's strategic, right?
Yeah.
However, when is the place where it is the highest intent for purchasing of the spice? Where do people buy spices? They buy the spices at the supermarket.
Exactly.
People buy spices, and so you're probably better off positioning yourself at the supermarket to sell your spice. You'll have more sales than
selling online,
just going online and on Instagram. That's one example. Another example is you're actually probably better off partnering with an already successful grocery shop. Okay, so you might look for a friend of yours who has set up an online delivery system for delivering groceries. But guess what? They're delivering groceries. They've never been delivering spices. If they have 2,000 customers, you're better off advertising to their customers so that they buy your spice. And in fact, you're better off paying that person as an influencer rather than just paying any other influencer. Because anyone who's buying grocery is intending to cook.
Okay.
People don't buy groceries.
That's your target market.
Exactly. That's your target market. So we always help entrepreneurs to first think about things very strategically before then coming to apply technology. And therefore, you're actually better off perhaps even partnering with a foodie on Instagram to promote your spice. Because foodies will be followed by people who like food. So it becomes very high intention.
Okay, so strategy is key even in all this. Amazing. Even as you continue to walk me through, I'm looking at the ones that actually come, the innovators, the ones that come up with, develop this technology, So what about them?
Those ones are very exciting people because, for example, the other day I was advising a customer who has come up with a money transfer service. And it's a payment gateway. It helps SMEs to be able to pay for goods and services online. And specifically, it was targeting the international transfer market. And they came up with this amazing technology that they were saying is actually going to revolutionize how we receive money from abroad. And they're going to lower the costs. They're going to compete with the likes of MoneyGram, and they're going to compete with the likes of M-Pesa, and to compete with the likes of PayPal, and so on and so forth. And so they came up with a platform, and it's an amazing technology. But the question I was asking them was, who is actually going to use it? And they were saying, this platform is going to be used by SMEs. And so I asked them, SMEs in which market? And they talked about SMEs in Australia, SMEs in America, SMEs in Canada. And then I asked them, have you checked how much trade Kenya actually does with Australia, the US, and the Canada? If you think about our trading patterns, we trade a lot more with the UK, with the US, than we trade with actually Australia and Canada. And so when you talk about SMEs, are they actually going to use this platform to pay? And that's a strategic question, because you're better off focusing on getting the SMEs, and therefore that means asking ourselves, which are the trading partners that Kenya trades with, where SMEs are in majority. That's Uganda, that's Tanzania, that's the US, that's the UK, that's Dubai, that's India. And so when you're mapping out your payment gateway, you're better off mapping it against those countries.
Right, interesting. Maybe we can get to your office and as we continue with our conversation, very interesting. What I'm getting is strategy is quite key even as you're applying technology.
Yes.
Thank you.
If I was to leave business leaders, I will tell them this. You always want to be able to drive the right behavior in your customers. And for you to be able to drive the right behavior in your customers, it has to start with a fundamental understanding of who is my customer, what are they trying to do with my product, how is my product helping them to achieve those results, and therefore, what kind of behaviors should I be looking for in those customers as they consume my products and services. If you're able to understand that, then the sky is the limit in terms of how much money you can make from your business.
That's all we had for you today. Talk to us on KBC Channel 1. Tell us, has this changed your perspective on the adoption of technology in businesses? The hashtag remains to be Take on Tech at KBC Channel 1. Until next week, let's keep the conversation going.